Hi, I wanted to say hi. This is Dr. Yarbrough, and just kind of do a couple things here real quick on our Blackboard page. So I'm just going to scroll down here and take us down to week 3 where that first essay was due. And then kind of just alert you. I might even go start putting these files and just repeating them in each of those weeks when something's due. So under writing resources, there are some files for using the meal format. That's a format for the body paragraphs. Putting quotes into your work, using quotes, work cited. Side by side just means MLA or APA. Put them side by side if it's a magazine article, book, a website, depending on which citation style you want to use. Essay basics, another meal format picture, eliminating wordiness. These are ones you probably want to keep for outside of children's lit too, not just for children's lit. And in that week 3 folder, there's also a help with writing the children's literature essays. I'm going to click on that real quick because the intention is for you to write 5 essays that use each of the critical terms from the keywords. So when you look at something like audience here or childhood, that should be the main theme of your body paragraph. If there are 4 children's lit terms, keywords terms, then you would have 4 body paragraphs. If there are 3, you would have 3. So each unit has 3 or 4 usually keyword terms. The idea is that those keyword terms are going to add up to a longer essay by the time we finish. Let me click out of here real quick. So you saw help with writing the essay. I would just suggest that you take a look at that. I also put, thank you Deontay again, student conferencing on their first paper. You might want to take a look at that video. I think that could be really helpful. There isn't a sample essay one, but I'm going to show you what that sample looks like here. Sorry, give me one second. In that sample essay, if you notice, what I've said to a lot of you is you need to revise your essay or rewrite it using the critical terms to guide your body paragraphs. So if you look here, this first body paragraph is going to look at children and childhood as a concept. We go down, we see childhood again. So they're using childhood to be the main idea, and then they're using examples from Anansi to prove that point about childhood. Their second body paragraph is about audience. They're going to look at audience, and audience is a problematic term, as you know, in children's lit. And then they're going to look at the Brothers Grimm, Hansel and Gretel, to talk about what kind of things might appeal to what audiences. And then their last body paragraph is about the definition of children itself in children's literature, which is a very problematic term as well, as you learned, where who defines that term and who gets to use it kind of signifies a little bit of power there. So that would be the body paragraphs, and then they have they use popular here as well. Here, I'll go ahead and circle it so that you can see. There's popular there. I'm sorry. And popular is going to sort of guide their body paragraphs in terms of what they're going to prove. For each of these smaller essays, what you're proving is that these are characteristics of children's lit. So you don't even have to make up a thesis. Your thesis is going to be, there are 14, how many keyword terms I have. By the time you finish, you're going to put paper 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 together and say there are various aspects of children's literature, audience, childhood, children's literature, popular, class, liminality, and you can list those. We'll talk more about that final paper when we get towards the end, but the idea is that you're not having to make up a paper with 3 weeks of the semester left. You're already building a paper all the way along. Let me go back to our class real quick. So now you see where those are. If you go to Unit 1, Folklore, Myth, Legend, Fairy Tale Essay, you get to upload your assignment. I don't know if you see this, but I have 2 attempts for each assignment. Just know that you're basically writing a rough draft. So I don't sit there and grade punctuation, grammar, and things, or give feedback in that way, because it's a rough draft. You're not done thinking about what you're thinking about, so I don't want to mess you up in terms of how you're thinking about coming after these critical terms. And then finally, I was going to show you, I always think it's helpful, hopefully you've picked yourself out a YA novel and are considering how you're going to put that YA novel together when we get to the end, We can see here young adult PowerPoint and course portfolio. But in that final paper, just making sure I can find it for you. Yep, final paper. So for your final paper, please go down to that week and take a look at it, because you'll see the different literary terms that come from each of the units and how we're building that paper to put it together. I will add into that folder. That folder is week 17. I will add into this folder a video from YouTube that I've used to show people how that will look. I think it will help you think about some of your smaller papers as well. Thank you, and I'll see you soon.